Do you have an old 401k from a previous job? Should you roll it over? And if so, how do you do that? I've got that and more coming up. My name's Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. Despite a strong labor market, we are seeing an uptick in the number of layoffs. It's been it's been since COVID, obviously, but there's actually an uptick in the number of layoffs. And if that's you, gosh, I feel for you. I hope that you've got a strong foundation to your financial house. If it's not you, I would ask you, do you have a strong foundation to your financial house, cash flow system, 3 bank account system, all that sort of stuff? Work with your CFP on that. But even though we've seen a slight uptick in the number of layoffs, when you combine that with the trend over the past couple of years of many people switching jobs, what this means is we have seen an enormous increase in the number of old 401ks that are sitting out there, meaning a 401k or a retirement plan with a previous employer. Well, what do you do? What are your choices? There's essentially 3 of them, and the other 2 are similar, but number 1, you could leave it at your old 401k or your old employer, if that's allowed. Second, you could roll that old retirement plan over to an IRA, or third, you can roll that old retirement plan into your new company's retirement plan, if that's allowed as well. So those are the 3 options. You're going to want to work with your CFP to see which one is best, but oftentimes there are reasons why you wouldn't want to leave it at that old company with that old 401k. It's subject, it's why we're talking about this, but why? Well, if your balance is too small, then it's possible that they're going to force the money out, or just send you the money, or force you to take it out of the 401k. This can cause obviously some taxes and some potential penalties, cause you to scramble what to do with these dollars, really in a rush with a deadline. So that's not ideal. But even if your balance is above those thresholds and you are able to leave it in the old 401k, oftentimes you end up losing track of these dollars. And yeah, I suppose that is a risk of, well, I forget that they're there. That is a risk. But more so, I would say losing track, what we've seen is people lose track of how that old 401k is invested. And therefore, they're unsure, or they're not ensuring that that old 401k is invested in a way that still fits their goals and their current financial situation, and they're not sure if that investment strategy complements the other investment dollars that they're building up in their new 401k or their Roth. And so you lose track of that. You lose track of who the beneficiaries are on this old account, right? We have seen several times where someone is now a widow or widower, or when they had that old 401k, they weren't married, well, now they are, and the beneficiaries just get stale, they're out of date. So you lose track of that. And then lastly, and that kind of goes to the first one, so first and last, you sort of lose track of updating your personal information. And all of a sudden, you don't know how to log into the account because this old 401k company switched to another 401k company, then switched to another 401k company. So they don't know how to contact you. You haven't updated your address. You haven't updated your email address. You don't know the URL because that's changed, and you can no longer log in and access these dollars. So there are many reasons, that's just a handful of them, why you typically don't want to leave dollars in an old retirement plan, an old 401k plan. You're going to want to roll it over. Of the 2 options for rolling it over, typically it makes the most sense to roll it over to an IRA. You have more flexibility with how the IRA is invested. You have more flexibility with your withdrawal strategies and some of the tax management with that as well. So most likely you're going to want to roll it over, and most likely you'll roll it over to an IRA, although you could roll it over to your old 401k. So if you're going the rollover route, how do you do it? Step 1, talk to your certified financial planner. This is a big financial decision, and you want to make sure that this decision, you look at how it's going to impact all 6 areas of your financial life. And typically when you do that, it's going to reveal you should roll it to an IRA, or if you're doing backdoor Roths or some other strategies, maybe you move it into your new 401k. We'll see, but you've got to work with your certified financial planner, craft the right strategy, the right investment strategy, and all of that. So that is step number 1. Step number 2, open that IRA. Again, most likely you're going to roll it over to an IRA or a Roth IRA. Make sure that account is open. You're going to want to do that before you take any action to roll it over. Third, read the special tax notice from the IRS. Read the special tax notice from the IRS. And I would say at least review it. It's really geeky and it's not very helpful information, but you're going to have to attest that you read that thing. Whether you do the official rollover online by just clicking a button, or you call in and work with a representative, they're going to ask you, or you're going to have to say, yep, I saw this tax notice. And it's essentially, this tax notice is telling you what and what isn't a taxable transfer with these dollars. You're going to have to look at that, but again, work with your certified financial planner, and therefore they'll handle all of that. All right, so now that you got those three things out of the way, it's time to then initiate the rollover. That is step number 4. And even though we call it a rollover, I want to be very, very specific here. What you're really initiating is a direct transfer. A direct transfer, because when you initiate this, you have to have the dollars go directly from your old 401k or your old retirement plan directly into your IRA. They cannot come to you first, which is technically what a rollover is. Money comes to you, you've got 60 days to get it back into another account. That is normally what you do not want to do with the 401k for a lot of reasons. I've done some videos on that. So you're going to want to initiate a direct transfer. There's 2 ways you can do it. You can log in to your 401k online, and they might allow you to initiate the direct transfer right there online, especially if the IRA is with the same institution, which doesn't always make sense. Then you could do it online. And if that's the case, then that will make it a little bit easier. The second way to do it is by calling the 401k company. This is not calling your old employer, calling your old HR, whatever. This is calling the actual investment company, Fidelity, Vanguard, T. Rowe Price, wherever the 401k is. You call that participant service line or whatever, and you work with a representative over the phone to initiate this direct transfer to your IRA. This is where there's a lot of wrinkles, and there is a topic for a whole nother video, but there again, I'm gonna go back to step 1, work with your certified financial planner on this, because oftentimes as we get into doing these transfers either online or by phone, you find out there's a curveball. There's either some dollars that you're not vested, there's some after-tax dollars or some Roth dollars in there, or there's some sort of wrinkle that you've got to figure out. These investments, do you want to sell them first, or can they be the rolled over in kind, that sort of thing. So for us, and I don't know about your CFP, but for us, our team, we like to do these transfers, this step 4. We like to do this with our clients because of the plethora, the just number and the variety, range of different issues that can pop up when you are in step 4 and you actually initiate this transfer. So if it's a 3-way call, we want to have a team member on the call with both the client and the 401k company. If it's online, we want to work with the client, be online with them, and sort of do a screen share and just kind of click through it to make sure everything goes according to plan. And then final step is have the IRA receive those new dollars and invest it into the investment strategy that you've laid out with your CFP. And then voila, that's it. Then you avoided all those risks that I talked about with having an old 401k that it's no longer invested in a manner that complements all of your other investments. The beneficiaries stay up to date. Your contact information, your access to those dollars stay up to date. You've avoided all that, and you've made sure that those dollars are consistent with all 6 areas of your financial life. So those are your options. That's how you do a rollover, or a direct transfer, I should say, of your old 401k. Lots of people need to be doing these right now. And if that's you, work with your certified financial planner on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well. Send us an email, info@korhorn.com. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.